Hi there, Loy Machedo speaking from loymachedo.com, and my new website which is going to launch. So I won't tell you about it. Today the topic is what exactly is this thing called love? Okay. Now, if you happen to Google, which obviously all of you should, you would tend to see love is described as an intense feeling and emotion that you have towards something. However, if you are smart and sensible and you check out the actual meaning of love, you will get different definitions. You'll get the 7 different kinds of meanings, like eros, which is romantic love. Then you'll get divine love, which is agape. You'll get friendship, which is philia. And you'll also get erotica, which is my kind of love. Anyway, so you'll get the different definitions of love. Then you also get the biological basis, the psychological basis, the evolutionary basis, and also the scientific model of love. So these are the different definitions of love, different categories. Then you'll also get cultural views from ancient Greek, ancient Rome, Chinese, Persian, Japanese, Turkish. I mean, the list goes on. Then you also have religious definitions. You have political definitions, philosophical views, and it goes on. But if you ask me, the Loy Machedo definition of love, it is very simply this. It is a mixture of these 4 wonderful chemicals, which is dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and adrenaline, which are most of them being neurotransmitters, which get released in your brain. These chemicals, they cause this intense feeling. Like, for example, let me give you an example. You know, the guy meets a girl for the first time. Ooh la la, he sees her, he can't control his heartbeat because it's a release of these chemicals, and then he wants to have her. And then after that, he does everything to please her, everything for her to be his and for him to be hers. Okay, now this is, the kind of definition of love. But let me tell you the reality of love. The reality of love is simply this. It does not exist. Okay, let me be very clear, very explicit about it. It does not exist. Why? Give you an understanding. The first kind of love which actually exists, according to me, is self-love. You need to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, you can't love someone else. Let's say, for example, let's say you want to learn karate. Okay, you want to learn karate. Now, unless you know karate yourself, you can't teach someone else karate. So in the same way, unless you know what is love, you experience what is love, you can't love someone else. That is why people who are generally brought up in critical homes, or homes which are abused, or homes which are stupid, abnormal, and crazy. For example, like, how I had gone through. You do not know what is love, and you do not know how to give love. Then what you got to do is undo all that poison, all that stuff, and then you got to reset yourself, and then maybe you'll understand what is love. So for me, because I was not brought up in an environment where there was actually love, I was, I was very confused about it. I had to do a lot of research. So, first aspect, you need to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, well, you cannot love someone else. So, in order to love yourself, you got to be selfish. Selfish. Then after that, forget the fish. You got to be selfish, and then only after that you can be selfless. Now, for most of the men and women out there, they kind of believe in love. Well, actually, if you see most of the relationships, when the guy sees the girl for the first time, he dresses up very nicely, he behaves like he's best, he does everything in the world to impress the girl. What the girl does is, she tries to lose weight, look sexy, put perfume, be seductive, make her hair really well, put makeup, do the best of whatever she can. And then when the guy and girl meet each other, they are at their Sunday best, they try to impress each other, they try to be romantic. Then, of course, whenever they meet, they eat good food, so that releases dopamine, and that reduces the defense mechanism, the walls that you build up. The reason for having food is because it kind of relaxes you and makes you less hostile and suspicious. That is why business people and romantic lovers always have food. The release of dopamine. So what happens then is, then begins the sexual aspect. See, all men want sex, my dear. All men want sex. If there is a single guy who says he doesn't want sex, he's stupid. Okay, he must be gay or something like that, or something abnormal. And women, yes, they do want sex, but they do not actually open it. They're not. They actually have more sexual stamina than men. Men, the thing is, it goes very fast and disappears. Women, it goes slow and then builds up. Okay. So the guy will do everything to impress the girl will do everything to impress the guy. They both get impressed. Then begins the sex, where he tries every possible angle, every possible method, every possible. He uses, he uses his baby boy who's there. He uses his fingers, he uses his nose, mouth, tongue, eyes, head, everything he uses. Okay, everything. But like they always say, how many times can you eat pizza? You eat pizza 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day. After a week, you'll get fed up. After a month, you wouldn't want to see pizza. So, if you love the same person and you have sex with the same person day in and day out, at some point you get fed up. You would say, enough of this pizza. Man, I gotta eat some KFC. Man, forget KFC. I gotta eat some Subway. Now, forget Subway. I got to eat some, Texas Roadhouse main course. So we'll try some seafood paradise of holiday. So then they want variety. And especially when men, if you see men, they have different mobile phones, they have different cars which they like, and it changes over the period of time. In the same way, a man cannot love a same woman for more than a limited time. After that, he wants some variety. So he might actually be happy as a friend, like which I told you, philia, but then he would want his erotica to be satisfied by someone else. So this love thing, my dear friends, does not exist. It is just a process. It is just a bloody thing in your head. That is why people fall in love and fall out of love. Actually, it is not love for the other. It's love for themselves. They want to satisfy themselves. That is why they fall in love. It's not because they want to give things. If they wanted to give things, there would be Mother Teresa and Mahatma Gandhi. And Mahatma Gandhi also was, bloody womanizer. He had so many women. So, what I'm trying to tell you, the moral of the story is simply this. There is no such thing as love. If you believe in love, you're stupid. Okay, you're absolutely stupid. The only love that exists is maybe between a parent and their child. And nowadays, given the number of incest cases and number of parents who are abusing their children sexually, mentally, physically, I don't think even that exists. So, love between a man and woman is very temporary. It changes every time because of the chemical reactions in the brain. There is no such thing as true love. There is only self-love. There is only people who want something from someone. And as long as you satisfy those conditions that love exists, like for example, let's say your partner puts on 100 kilos, loses both their hands and legs, happens to get AIDS and gets all pimples and pus and gooey stuff coming everywhere, and you can't satisfy yourself, you're not going to fall in love with such a person. You would want to get rid of that person. So that is why everyone falls in love. Falls. It's never rise in love. They always fall in love with someone else, and it keeps happening. You never see the person fall in love with the same person always. It's someone new. So variety is the spice of life. So love does not exist. Love is all in the head. It's just a process. If you achieve the process, you can get anybody. And remember, love is a matter of belly and bella. Belly means satisfy the stomach, that is a hunger. Bella is what is below the tummy. So if you can keep a person happy in all aspects, well, the possibilities they might fall in love with you. If you can't, then the person will fall in love with someone else. So my dear friends who believe in love, this thing called love is bullshit. Okay, most of the men and women are just looking to take advantage of one another. Men are looking for sex. Women are looking for someone to satisfy them, cuddle them, take care of them. But mostly security and money, because in the end they know they have a depreciating value. So they want a nice little dummy who they can take advantage of. And guys are always looking for the better female. Girls are looking always for the better investment. So, in other words, love does not exist. Don't be stupid to believe in love. And if you do, I think it's making a big mistake. So you need any free advice, please contact me. I can be your love guru and I'll be more than happy to help you. Remember, in the end, it's all in the bloody head. So just make sure that, you don't do this. People make an emotional decision, like the head of a table, the top area of a table, and then they give logical reasons like, the legs of the table. So don't convince yourself love exists. And if you do, and you get into it, when you fall out of it and you get treated like shit and you get hurt, get in touch with me. I'll be more than happy to help you, because love, my dear friends, does not exist. Thank you very much for watching. This is Loy Machedo from loymachedo.com. Goodbye, friend.